Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. This is Zephaniah, Yahalyaka, Yasha'ala, a.k.a. Yah Mordecai, with today's lesson, Mark of the Beast of Scriptural, where this is episode 3-2, Revelations 13:18, 666, the mark. You know what I mean? I did a class, you know what I mean? The class ain't flow right for me, but all the information there. So I'm like, I'm going to do a script. I was going to do a scriptorial anyway. So this going to be a scriptorial to this jump. Then I got another lesson I'm going to go into about what was the laws here before Moses. Because you got brothers, you can tell they not really studying for real. They not really meditating on what they reading. You know what I mean? Brother talking about Cain. He slept with his brothers and sisters because they going into these other books. I seen that information about Adam and Eve, and they had 22 sweats of twins and all this old other stuff. Or they had all these children. He talking about because the law wasn't established yet. Because the scriptures say, and he knew his wife. So the brother told him, these brothers been in the truth long. He talking about, see, he knew her. So it was his sister because he knew her. So I got that drama, break all that down. And my last jump is the episode 2 to the Joseph and Mary saga. People still, I seen it the other day, people still confounded. I seen a IUIC brother debating, I don't know if he was a Hamite or what, about the Immaculate Conception or Virgin Birth, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? I've been breaking all that stuff down, man. So I'm about to just, my classes is in order, you know what I mean, for the stuff to come out. You know what I mean? It's just, I gotta travel to get to the classroom, and you know, I do little lessons and stuff down at the gold mine where my kids at, but that's situational too. My kids, you know what I mean? My wife, she working all that, she be tired sometimes. Kids be wearing her out. I ain't get up here this last Sabbath because my daughter had a fever. You know what I mean? She got sick or whatever. So, but I'm always working though. I'm teaching like I was teaching my brother that brought me up here. Teaching him, teaching everywhere I go. I don't care where it's at, on a bus, the library, the grocery store. And people still caught up about this COVID-19, man. Man, that stuff is garbage, man. I did a breakdown on that too. The show. Man, all that stuff garbage, man. You know what I mean? I meditate on all this stuff. You know what I mean? I meditate on everything, man. I go back over classes I done did or old understandings to see if that was correct. If a brother brings something out that's correct, I take heed to it. You know what I mean? That's why my understanding growing. You know what I mean? A lot of stuff. So I'm just gonna keep teaching. You know what I mean? I had my little cousin up here with me 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean? I had to get up here, but he keeping the Sabbath. You know, Most High send them back to me and just guiding them. You know what I mean? If he would have held fast on his Bible and been learning it, he'll be up here reading every class for me. You know what I mean? I can't have nobody up here fumbling. You know what I mean? But I send him classes every day. He asks me questions every day. He see this stuff ain't serious. I mean, this stuff serious. It just was a living situation and all that. You know. And sometimes you gotta go through stuff to elevate your mind, to become a man. That, you know, hardship make you a better person. You know what I mean? I ain't going for nothing in this truth. Like I keep saying, if you don't see me, I'm doing the same thing. Reading, meditating, studying. You know what I mean? That's what I'm doing. Fasting, praying, reading, meditating, reading, studying, meditating, praying, fasting. You know what I mean? Guiding my wife, guiding my kids. It's all this stuff a battle, and I gotta juggle all this stuff. You know what I mean? You know, I ain't really been promoting my school because I wanted to get a class, a bank of classes up, you know, of official teachings. Not this fake teaching brothers doing, teaching fairy tales and all these false understandings and all that. You know what I mean? Man, I'm chopping stuff up as I go along. The Most High waking up more brothers with high levels of understanding. Everybody playing a role. Your role could just be to get a rack of people in. But do that mean you got the correct understanding? I seen brother that got schools all over the place tell them Eve women can wear pants. They make women pants, don't they? Seen another jump. Brothers got all these subscribers, 40,000 subscribers. They believe in Christ walking on water. He turned water into wine. And Moses made the sea come back and see, Moses, you can't get around that. And Christ calmed the sea and his sidekick, you can't get around that. You gotta precept your Bible. They not meditating on this stuff. You know what I mean? You can't understand the scriptures if you don't meditate on it and link it up. It's precepts that prove other precepts. You know what I mean? When it's talking about the sea and all that, it's talking about Christ and them going to teach amongst the people. In a nutshell. He say he the bread of life. So it's talking about he giving the people bread and all that. Our people wasn't no poor vagabonds. Our people had farm animals and all that. We a nation of farmers. Christ wasn't going city to city feeding people bread. He was giving the people knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Most High Yahweh. That's what all he was doing. You know what I mean? I had my devil's medicine class. I ain't that's a lot of study. I got a whole lot of books for that. And that's gonna be about a 7-part class, or at least 4 parts. Then I got the jump. My next major class after that is the Most High God Yahweh versus Charles Darwin, a Freemason Edomite. The Bible verse atheism. That's gonna be a 7-part jump. I need books and stuff for. So I'm just doing a lot of these other little breakdowns and stuff in between. It's just a lot. If I had a serious team that's studying and meditating the way I am and going hard with me, because like I keep saying, I came in this truth at the last minute. So I knew I had to speed my learning process up and study 10 hours a day. You know what I mean? I'm passing elders in understanding. You know what I mean? Do that make me puffed up? Nah, I'm just telling the truth, Jack. That's all I'm doing. And I see elders still believe Eve was talking to a snake. Big gray haired elder been in the truth long. You know what I mean? What else? Seen a brother, one of them schools going on Eve. You know what I mean? He basically was tearing in the Eve ass. You know what I mean? And you know, doing that. Eve need to hear about that. So-called black woman been getting away with murder, man. Thinking she ain't gotta be held accountable for nothing. You know what I mean? With her trifling age. Like she don't do nothing. You know what I mean? Still operating under that same cloak. That same the same, basically under the same umbrella that the white man raised her up in front of Willie Lynch. We ain't going for it no more. I know I'm not. I been ain't going for that stuff. But a lot of brothers in this truth weak. They woman still got that spirit. You know what I mean? My woman ain't perfect either. You know what I mean? But she trying and she working on stuff and all that. And why is she doing that? Because I'm not settling. You know what I mean? I know how she supposed to be. And know that she been destroyed here just like I been was destroyed here. You know what I mean? But I always knew what was going on. You know what I mean? So, when our women stop acting like they ain't been destroyed like we been destroyed because they got a good job and the car and little shit going on and niggas chasing behind them, or getting this truth and thinking they shit don't stink. Because when brothers getting on the man and all that, it's all these praises and these hand claps and signals and symbol emojis and all that. But when somebody get on Eve, it's all this hatred. Oh, you bashing women. I ain't going for that stuff no more, man. We getting tired of that stuff. You know what I mean? You get in this truth and you got the same spirit. Come on now. Ain't nobody going for that stuff, man. I don't care. Like I told my wife. You know what I mean? You gotta fight spirits. If demons be trying to leap on you and all that, everything is a spirit. If you're an alcoholic, that's a spirit. If you're a whore, that's a spirit. Them evil spirits. If you like to be contentious towards your man and all that, that's a Jezebel spirit. Keep trying to challenge your man and tell him what this mean and that mean. When he done showed you, you'll forget when you get emotional and then forget everything he been teaching you to try and make a point that ain't even valid. And you can tell when they wrong because the next day or they whole spirit, you can just tell what you told them, it hit them. You know what I mean? And they recognize it later. But in the heat of the moment, they don't recognize it. You know what I mean? So, we just fighting here, trying, you know what I mean? Trying to get out of America, man. You know, unscathed. Well, not unscathed, because we've been scathed, but, you know, keep doing the Most High will to get out of here. You know what I mean? First, I want to give all honor and glory to the Most High Yahweh, the God that created the heavens and the earth, the God you should fear. You know what I mean? Thank Him for the knowledge, the wisdom, the understanding, the faith, the grace, and mercy. You know what I mean? And showing that He putting in the work to show that He didn't break His blood covenant with us. We under a blood covenant. You know what I mean? And all praises to Him. He the true and living God, and no God sits beside Him. You know what I mean? On His level is what they're saying. And you know, sick and tired of this COVID-19 bullshit. It's so many ways I can break that stuff down and show that stuff is garbage, man. You know what I mean? I was telling my mother that this stuff garbage. You know what I mean? You only can go but so far because they been destroyed too. They programmed to think a certain kind of way. So I mean, you know, people they gonna try to protect themselves, so they gonna take heed to a certain degree. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? So, this breakdown right here, this Revelations 13:18, 666, Mark of the Beast, Scriptural assessment. You know what I mean? So we gonna go to the definition of. Go to the definition of the mark. Definition of the word mark. Have indigestion, man. I'm taking a lot of air. I'm talking, I got bronchitis. We're gonna go to the definition of mark. Like I keep saying, you want to break your Bible down, you need this dictionary right here. You know what I mean? Noah Webster. 1828. You know what I mean? That's all I do is meditate in this truth, man. And I got so many classes I done put together. I ain't even dead yet. You know what I mean? My first 2 years in the truth, that's all I was doing was reading, studying, meditating, and putting classes together. So when it was time for me to teach them, I had them to teach. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm doing now. You know what I mean? And one thing you'll notice about me, I ain't ducking no rap. I teach classes on everything. You know what I mean? I ain't confounded about nothing. This earth, space, all this stuff you wondering about. Anything. I'm not ducking no rap. False understandings, brothers teaching. I ain't scared to go in and show like I'm about to do this genre right here. You know what I mean? So, we going to the definition of the word mark. Mark. It's a to note. To note. To observe critically, to take particular notice to, okay, let's go to another definition. They got, oh no, okay, it's up here. To stamp, to impress, to make a visible impression, figure, or indenture, as to mark a sheet with a brand. To make us, okay, to form a name or the initials of a name for distinction. To notice, to take particular observation of. Okay. To note. Hold up. Okay, this way over here. Any note or sign of distinction. In a sentence that they got underneath this definition, it say the Lord set a mark upon Cain. A note or sign or distinction. Say you was a rapist or something in the neighborhood. Once they tell everybody in the neighborhood, you marked as being a rapist. Do that mean I'm going to come hit you with a branded iron and seal a mark on you? Nah, it don't mean that. You know what I mean? No. You marked as a rapist. Everybody know you's a rapist. You know what I mean? Olive oil got my nose itching, man. Yeah. So, we about to show right here, this mark is not talking about no microchip. Because in order for them to use a microchip, and that's shortchanging it. You letting them get away with so much. If you just focusing on, long as you don't have no mark, they ain't put no microchip in you, you ain't got the mark of the beast. You know what I mean? That's all you gonna be thinking about and worrying about. You know what I mean? It's so much more that will, what it say? It say a note or a sign or a distinction. How you could tell a distinction from somebody in the truth and not in the truth? Like this. They got fringes on. You know what I mean? Got another shirt on underneath. I'm sure that. You know what I mean? That's how you could tell. They got fringes on. They out there teaching the word. They either got they online teaching out there in the streets. Anytime they get a chance to teach, that's what they teaching. They teaching the scriptures. You know what I mean? That's a note or a distinction. You know what I mean? So that's all it's talking about. It say the number of the beast. It's the number of a man. So, for instance, how you could say, so that means you following behind the philosophies of a man. You know what I mean? You following behind his doctrine. Or you following behind his way. Or whatever. Just like, for instance, how you could tell when brothers used to be signed to Michael Jordan, the Jordan brand. They shoes that had that little Jumpman symbol on it. You know what I mean? So you know that's a note or distinction. Oh nah, he ain't with LeBron. LeBron, he with Jordan. That's even a distinction from Nike. Even though Jordan under Nike, it's a distinction. It's not actually Nike. It's Jordan brand. So he rolling with Jordan. Just like if you're not wearing your fringes, you're not fighting hard to keep these feast days and teach this word, and you going to church on Sunday, you eating pork, you keeping birthdays and all these other customs, you got the mark of the beast on you. Everything we doing being recorded. It gotta be. Cause if it ain't, you can just run game. You can fake like you doing something and come out in public and show face this, that, and the third, and then go home and be a wicked nigga. And get away with it long as you can. So you gotta know everything you doing being recorded, man. However the Most High them doing it, they in another dimension. You know what I mean? I'm telling you. It seemed like it's because you ain't saying it. Like, how would they be recording everything? Because the angels following you everywhere you go. They sitting in another dimension. You look up the science about dimensions and stuff. Everything Esau and them bring out ain't 100% false. A lot of they stuff got validity to it. You know what I mean? You take bit and pieces of it to go with the scriptures. Meditate on it. You know what I mean? Everything we doing being recorded. You know what I mean? This class I'm doing right here is being recorded. You know what I mean? I could have sat right here and snorted some coke or dope or something and then turn the camera on and I look clean as a whistle. You know what I mean? I ain't do too much when I'm nodding or just looking high. You wouldn't know. The Most High wouldn't know if they ain't recording or anything. Everything you doing is being recorded. Tell you. You're not gonna get away with anything, man. You just not. You're not getting away with nothing. We gonna go to Revelations. Let me move up some more. You're not getting away with nothing, man. You just not. These devils, they try to keep us from keeping the Passover. Trying to, you know what I mean? This COVID stuff, it's Most High shutting his kingdom down is what's going on. Revelations chapter 13, verse 11. It say, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him. He exerciseth all the power of the first kingdom before him. And causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast whose deadly wound was healed. No, a prior kingdom, Rome. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. How they make fire come down from heaven in the sight of men, dropping bombs on people. You know what I mean? And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So it's not talking on no small scale, man. His nose keep itching for that olive oil, man. Shit. Should be healed. Should be killed. It's talking about countries. It's talking about whole countries. If you're not down with the UN, the United Nations, they're going to make your country be a third world country. You're going to be living in poverty. And they're going to kill that leader. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. So, that's how stupid brothers, they not thinking, man. It say you're going to receive a mark in your hand or your forehead. Man. They thinking they going to implant something in your forehead and all that. It's talking about you going to be doing the work. That right hand talking, the hand represent work and power and stuff in the scriptures. And what side you on. You know what I mean? Christ said he going to set the sheeps on the right, the goats on the left. The righteous people on the right, the wicked people on the left. Satan going to do the same thing. You know what I mean? Esau, the spirit, they represent that spirit. They going to do the same thing. They going to put their followers on the right and the people who ain't following them on the left. It's the same thing. So when it say you're going to get a mark in your right hand, that means you just going to be following this kingdom. You're not going to be keeping the commandments and all that. And it say, in the forehead, it's talking about the knowledge. What's between your forehead and your brain? It's talking about knowledge. It's talking about you going to have people going to see that you not following the Most High God. You following this kingdom, the ways of this kingdom, by the knowledge, the way you speak, your actions. Your brain control your voice, your speech and your actions. You know what I mean? Your spirit and your flesh, your brain, all this stuff work together. If you ain't got control over, if you know, some people just got wicked spirits. Some people battling. They spirit want to do the right thing, but they doing the wrong thing. Some people just wicked. So that forehead is talking about your action, your knowledge and your actions. You know what I mean? I'm sitting down, I'm conversating with somebody, and I'm like, man, I'm telling you, taste that new pork sandwich, man. That junk good as I don't know what. That's the mark right there. That's the knowledge of this kingdom. They eat pork, something that God made to clean the earth up. They make it like it's a delicacy or something. You know, different ways to cook it and stuff and prepare it and all that. That show you got the knowledge about something wicked in this kingdom, and you good at it. You sealed with the knowledge of this kingdom. You know what I mean? You know how to rob, steal, kill, and cheat and all that. You sealed with the knowledge of this kingdom, like we was growing up and all that. But do that mean you had that type of spirit? A lot of stuff you did, you knew it was wrong because your spirit was telling you it was wrong. But some people, They spirit ain't even telling them it's wrong. It's all good to them. They don't feel nothing. They ain't got no righteous spirit. But that's all it's talking about. Let's go to Revelation 14 and 8 and 9. It say, and there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. So this chapter 14, after chapter 13, talking about the beast and all that. This chapter 14 is continuing chapter 13. It's talking about nations drink of the wine of the wrath of the fornication. It's talking about this kingdom that America that's ruling the world. They got everybody to follow their ways. That's why you got Coca-Cola, Pepsi in every country. White Christ and Sunday church worship and all that. And everything else America do, everybody done copied it. Soap operas, they TV shows, everything. They got everybody following their ways. Verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. But over in verse 13 it said right hand. So is this letting you know? It say receive his mark in the forehead or in his hand. You know what I mean? You can have the knowledge of this wicked knowledge of this kingdom, telling people to do stuff. You know what I mean? Getting people to do things and all that. You ain't got to. You can be sitting back giving orders just off the knowledge you got, the evil knowledge you got of this kingdom. Like a mob boss. You know what I mean? They ain't going out there killing nobody. But them people that is, they got that mark in their right hand. They actually putting the action in. Let's go to Revelations 13 and 16. It say, and he causeth all both small. Let's go back to Revelations 14 and 8. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. It say all nations. Now let's jump back to 13:16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. It's talking about nations. You got small nations, great nations, rich nations, poor nations, free nations, bond nations. That's what it's talking about. It's not on no small scale. You know what I mean? They pushing this stuff on a whole nation, a whole city, a whole state, a whole country. Not one man at a time. They philosophies and doctrinations is hitting a whole mass of people at one time. So it's talking about nations. Let's go to Psalms 109. Book of Psalms. Let's spur right to it. 109 and 31. It say, for he shall stand at the right hand of the poor to save him from those that condemn his soul. Do that mean every poor person, you going to be standing at their right hand? Standing at their right hand for what? What that got to do with something? They ain't got nothing to do with nothing. It means you're going to be defending the poor. You're going to be speaking up for the poor. That's what it's saying, stand at his right hand. Meaning you're going to be putting actions in to help your people. Your people that's living in poverty. You're going to be doing something about it. It's an action word. That right hand is an action word. You know what I mean? That it's a verb when it's telling you that. Stand is a verb at the right hand. It's an action word. A verb is an action word. It's telling you to do something. You know what I mean? That's what it's talking about. Let's go to Hebrews 8:1. You gotta meditate on a lot of this stuff to understand it. If you just reading stuff on the surface, you're not gonna understand it. This is a real deep book. It got levels to it. You gotta study this thing and meditate on what you're reading. You gotta think just like you're doing in real life. Before, say you want to go and talk to your boss about getting a raise. Do you just push his office door open and it, yeah, Mr. So-and-so, I want to talk about you giving me a raise? Nah, you'll be dumb if you do that. You're gonna come in there, you're gonna think about it first. When gonna be the perfect time, what I'ma say, what I'ma wear, the whole nine. Before you go meet this man to talk about getting a raise. You know what I mean? You gonna think about it, meaning you gonna meditate on it to come up with the best plan to try to get this man to give you a raise. Same thing about these scriptures. You gotta think about what you read. If you don't, you're gonna have a false understanding. If you just read Christ walked on water and you think that's what it means, you ain't got no understanding. So you meditate on it, and by reading, it's other scriptures that's in your mind that you linked it at to see. That ain't what it's talking about. Like I keep saying, when it's telling him Christ walked on water, it's talking about him going to teach the people. Can a man walk on water? Christ said we gonna do greater works than him. So I'm waiting for one of these brothers to actually walk on water, or to heal a whole hospital by touching them. Go in a hospital and touching them and healing them. It ain't talking about that. You ain't seen a man never do that. He was a regular man. He just had a high level of wisdom and understanding. You know what I mean? He wasn't in this celestial body to be doing nothing like that. You gotta be in a celestial body to do stuff like that. Hebrews 8:1. It say, now of the things which we have spoken, this the sum. We have such a high priest who is set on the right hand of the throne of the majesty in the majesty in the heavens. It's that right hand again. That means he's on the side of the Most High. It's talking about Christ right there. It say he's sitting at the right hand of the majesty in the heavens. Is it talking about he literally sitting at the Most High right hand, waiting for him to? He just sitting there on the right side of the Most High throne in his throne room, just sitting right there. No, it ain't talking about that. Just like you be like, that's my right hand man right there. That means you highly favor that man. You look at that man like family or someone close to you. And that's my right hand man. I'm running a business, and that's my right hand man. That's my partner. That handle a lot of work for me. You know what I mean? That's all that's talking about. Hebrews 12:2. It say, looking unto Jesus, looking unto Yahushua, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of God. It's telling you over and over what that right hand means. A lot of stuff in the scriptures is literal, but a lot of it ain't. It's metaphorical. You just gotta have discernment to see it. Let's go to Luke 22. Luke 22. Oh man. The book of Luke, chapter 22 and 69. It say, hereafter shall the Son of Man sit on the right hand of the power of God. It's telling you over and over, man. See what I'm saying? Let's go to Jeremiah 16 and 21. Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 21. It say, therefore, behold, I will this once cause them to know. I will cause them to know my hand and my might, and they shall know that my name is the Lord. Is you gonna know the most? Is the Most High gonna show you his hand? No. He talking about he gonna show you his power, what he can do. You see that hand? It's an action word. It's a verb. It's talking about doing stuff, putting in work. It say, therefore, behold, I will this once cause them to know. I will cause them to know my hand and my might. He talking about what he can do in his power. I will cause them to know my hand. I will cause him to know what he can do. And my might, my power. You know what I mean? And they shall know that my name is the Lord. He doing that now. He's showing his hand. Man, he's showing that he making moves according to what the scriptures say he said he gonna do. We seeing it happen in the earth. So he's showing his hand. He's showing his hand, and it say, and his might. He's showing his power. That's one of his nicknames, is the power. Let's go to Matthew. It's that olive oil makes me itch, man. Salakia. Matthew 25. Matthew 25 and 31. It say, when the Son of Man shall come in his glory and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left. Keep telling you right there. He gonna put these people on this side, on his team, his right hand. They gonna be on his team. And the people that are set on the left, they're the people that's not gonna be on his team. It's all that's telling you to do. I mean, that's all that it's saying. You know what I mean? God had discernment to see what's going on. Let's go to let's go back to Revelations 13. Revelations 13 verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand, or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Verse 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. It's telling you right there. The number of the beast, it represents a system. You know what I mean? And then it's telling you it's the number of a man. It say, if you don't have the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Is it literally talking about you gonna get a chip and then they gonna put the name of this can, put America right there, and then gonna put 666 on your hand, the spot where the chip at? Or you be walking around with 666 on your forehead and come on, man. It ain't talking about that, man. That's you thinking small if you thinking that. It's deeper than that and bigger than that, a larger scale. Now let's go back to read 16 again. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or their foreheads. Let's go to 14 and 9 and see what it's talking about. Revelations 14 and 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or his hand. It say, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or his hand. Come on, man. It say hand, it say right hand over here, then it say hand. And I showed you hand talking about, it's an action word. But the Most High said he gonna cause them to know his hand. They're talking about he gonna let you see what his hand look like. Nah, he gonna let you see making moves. What moves he done made. That's all this talking about. On the wicked side. Let's go to Ezekiel 9 and 4. Let's get some more on it to prove what it's talking about. You know what I mean? A lot of brothers, they add sensationalism to the scriptures. They wanted to sound just so fantastic, like a movie or a cartoon or something. That ain't what it's talking about. Book of Ezekiel, chapter 9, verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sighed and that cried, for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. So, it's talking about the men going to be mocked. What I told you, the definition that fit that is notice, a notice or distinction. Set a distinction between the men that's fighting for the Most High, because the Most High say, who gonna fight for me against the evildoers? Set a mark of the men that sigh and cry, the men that's teaching, that's going hard teaching. It's a distinction. You can see the distinction between the brothers that's teaching and fighting for the Most High and the ones that's not. It's not hard to figure out what that mark talking about. Let's go back to Revelations 14 and 1. Book of Revelations chapter 14 verse 1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads. So when whoever the 144 is, we gonna have Yahweh written on our head, or like my headband with Israel on it. With this one right here, they got Yahweh on it. We gonna have that tattooed on our forehead. Nah. It's talking about having the truth of the Most High locked in our mind. The knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Let's go to Psalms 37. You gotta meditate on this truth, man. And you gotta precept your Bible. See, a lot of people, they want to look at videos of street teaching, videos of these brothers that hide behind the screen and give you cartoons, artwork, and might give you some colorful scriptures up there and run their mouth for a whole class. That's what our people are accustomed to. They ain't accustomed, sitting down, have a real brother really break these scriptures down like a real class. You know what I mean? Where you gotta listen with your pen, your paper, and your book. And really getting scripture after scripture after scripture, understanding after understanding after understanding, and being focused. Our people got short attention spans, like little kids. You know what I mean? Let's go to Psalms 37. Book of Psalms, chapter 37, verse 37. Mark the perfect man. Get a tattoo and put a tattoo on him to mark him. Mark the perfect man. Mark the perfect man, and behold the upright, for the end of that man is peace. Verse 38. But the transgressors which shall be destroyed together, the end of the wicked shall be cut off. But the salvation of the righteous is of the Lord. He is their strength in the time of trouble. And the Lord shall help them and deliver them. He shall deliver them from the wicked and save them because they trust in him. Come on, man. How you know you trust in him? You mock. Meaning it's a distinction. You can see the people that's, how you know if somebody trusting the Lord on that? They wearing their fringes. They spreading this truth around. They keeping the feast days. They mock with the knowledge of the Most High in their mind. Proverbs 18. And brothers, they try to get understandings of stuff and all that. They don't get no full class on nothing. Really breaking something down with books and letters and videos, man wisdom, all they got. They give you a precept and they give you one precept and show you a video of Esau and them getting a chip in their hand. See, that's the chip right there. And you don't see them, they got to install technology for that stuff to work. You don't see them installing that technology nowhere in those stores. Nowhere. So when is they going to do it? Come on now. So that means if long as I don't get the chip, I ain't got the mark of the beast. Just like the scriptures tell you, it's many antichrists. Because Christianity teach you that the Antichrist gonna be this mysterious figure with this suit and this tie. He gonna reveal himself and be the most wickedest man ever. Being out now. Then when you read the other scripture, tell you, it say there shall be many antichrists. So what anti mean? Anti mean you against something. So if it's many, salaki. So if it's many, that mean anybody can be an antichrist, man. Anti mean you against something. If you're not following the commandments, like Christ tell you in Matthew 19, when somebody asks him how to get in the kingdom of heaven, he say at the end of it, he say keep the commandments. So if you're not doing that, you are antichrist. Let's go to Proverbs 18 and 10. It say the name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. So is this name literally this tower and we can run and hide in it from trouble and danger? Nah. It say the name of the Lord is a strong tower. His name is this word. You keeping this, you gonna get your protection like that. Spiritually. You know what I mean? You gonna spiritually be protected. Let's go to back to Revelations 13. I love this truth. I like to teach from different angles, different aspects, different breakdowns. You know what I mean? If I ain't had my kids, I'd be doing class. I'd be doing lessons all week, probably. Damn near. Ain't on the Sabbath. A class on the Sabbath. Revelations 13, verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak. How the image of the beast gonna speak? How an image gonna speak? I mean, it's talking about a man. And cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. If you're not representing the policies of this kingdom, they get you out the way. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. We just went over that. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. It say or the number of his name. You know what I mean? So it's just letting you know it's all that stuff together. You know what I mean? If you representing this stuff in any kind of way, here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast. Let him that have wisdom count the number of this kingdom. For it is the number of a man. The policies of this kingdom is the ways of a man. And his number is 636. 666. I showed that in my Revelations 13, 18, episode 1 and 2, Mark of the Beast. I mean, Kingdom of the Beast. You know what I mean? Episode 2 was called The Mark. Revelation 13, 18, 666, The Mark. Episode 1 was called The Kingdom of the Beast. This is scriptural assessment. Let's go to Genesis now. Let's go to Genesis 4. Genesis 4 and verse 9. And the Lord, I ain't never marked this Bible up. I'm starting to mark it up. When I'm going all the way to 15. Alright. It say, verse 9. And the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? Verse 10. And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. Now did the earth open up his mouth, have a mouth, and it opened up, and the blood of Abel ran down into it. Some of this blood went into the ground, man. Verse 12. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. So that's why they had problems growing. That's why they got to get all their stuff imported. The ground, the earth won't grow for them, because that was a curse that they was going to have on them. A fugitive, because these people got the same spirit Cain had. The earth got a spirit too. It's not going to operate properly for wicked spirits. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. And Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from the face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. Verse 15. And the Lord said unto him, therefore, whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. So Cain was mocked for being a brother, being a murderer. That's all it was. You know what I mean? When he come around, he was mocked for being a distinction. He was known for being a murderer. Just like now, you out there on the block when somebody walk up, everybody know all your business. What you known for, what you been through. You mocked as being this or that. You mocked as being a sucker. You mocked as being thorough. You mocked as being gay. You mocked as... That's all it's talking about. Let's go to Revelations 2 and 9. Let's see another... Go to another mark. Revelations 12 and 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. That's talking about a wicked spirit, but on a deeper level, it's talking about men and his angels. Angels mean messenger. Whoever doing the will of that man. Whoever running things, the people that's doing his will is considered the angels. On the wicked side, on the left-hand side. Let's go to those itching like a mug. Put that olive oil on, it got me itching. Let's go to Psalms. So it say call the devil and Satan. We know devil mean adversary. No, Satan mean adversary of God. Devil mean deceiver or divine evil. Or serpent. Talking about wicked people. That's all it's talking about. It's not talking about no red band with a pitchfork and a tail under the ground. Now let's go to Psalm. Back to Psalms again. It say they deceiveth the whole world. So if they doing wicked stuff like that, and you eating out their cut, you holding up they wicked policies. Psalms 109 and 6. Set thou a wicked man over him, and let Satan stand at his right hand. It said in Revelation, Satan and them deceiveth the whole earth. Now it's saying, set thy wicked man over him, and let Satan stand at his right hand. What's that talking about? I mean, you gonna be on the side of the wicked, man. That's what it's talking about. Let's go to Revelation 13. You're going to be dwelling in wickedness, man, is what it's telling you. That's what it's all it's telling you. You're going to be dwelling in it. Revelation 13, verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Let's go to John. Let's see how. John 8 and 44. Right on it. John chapter 8 verse 44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar, and the father of it. So it's telling you right there, you know what I mean? Revelations 13:15. It say who won't worship this image of the beast should be killed. Who the main people running around love to kill people? Then they just kill that jogger down in Atlanta. Two white men. They look like two Neanderthals. Killed that man. Image of the beast should be killed. You know what I mean? And over here, John 8 and 44 tell you, ye are your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer. You know what I mean? That's what they love to do, man. It's just, I ain't got to expound on that to know who was talking about. And brothers, and another they logic for thinking that chip is something, because this what they hold on to. They say, oh, no cuttings in the flesh. That ain't talking about. That's talking about intentionally making cuttings in your flesh. It's talking about a wicked custom, like the Africans do. They cut their face, they mark their face with cuts and all that. Cut their body up. That's what it's talking about. That's proven. Brothers say, oh, you can't get no cuttings in the flesh. Come on, man. If you working a job and all that, how you gonna get paid and all that? If you still working a job. Let's go to Sirach 38 and 12. And let's prove it. I seen one time a brother talking about, they thought I said something about having surgery. Talking about where in the Bible it say you can have surgery. So I'll show you how dumb that is. So if I break my leg playing basketball, my bone pop through my leg, Esau and them got cut my leg open to reset my bone. And what I'm going to say, nah, I can't get no cuttings in the flesh and walk around with my bones sticking out. It'll mend back together and be having a messed up leg. Or I got a toothache. I don't want them to cut the tooth out because I'm worrying about no cuttings in the flesh. Oh, man, brothers don't be meditating on nothing, man. Let's prove that that's wrong. Sirach 38 and 12. Then give place to the physician, for the Lord hath created him. Let him not go from thee, for thou hast need of him. Nah, it is no cuttings in the flesh. For the Lord hath created him. Then give place to the physician, for the Lord hath created him. Let him not go from thee, for thou hast need of him. Nah, we don't need no doctors, because we can't have surgery. We can't get no cuttings in our flesh. So if they put that chip in you're going to use for currency, that's the mark of the beast, because there's no cuttings in the flesh. Then give place to the physician, for the Lord hath created him. Let him not go from thee, for thou hast need of him. That's how you know they logic is dumb about no cuttings in the flesh. That's the only thing they hold on to about this chip. You know what I mean? That's the only thing they hold on to. And on that note, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom to the 12 tribes scattered abroad, greeting. Zephaniah, treasured warrior spirit for the Most High Yahweh. Yahweh, spiritual assassin for the Most High God. Yasha Allah, Israel, a.k.a. Yah Mordecai, wise warrior for the Most High Mighty One God of Israel. Coming from Sith Lord Tiger School of Truth, servants in the house of the Lord together in God's eternal righteousness. Sith Lord Tiger. Stick together, y'all.